Hey man, most people start mixing way too early, like right away, soon as you open up the session. But you can't do that, man. You gotta spend a little bit of time prepping the session, editing, time aligning, getting things right so that the session ain't a mess, and that mess ends up causing you stress and problems later on down the line. Today, I'm gonna show you exactly how I would prep a session by editing, doing some time aligning, a little bit of clip gain to get it ready before I mix so that those problems don't accumulate and cause me stress later on in the process. And of course, I'm gonna show you some shortcuts that I like to use to save me a bunch of time while we do it. Let's get it. I actually already edited the first version of this hook, and typically I would just fly it to the other versions. But as I was doing this, I was like, yo, this would be a dope video to share with y'all to make sure that y'all are doing similar stuff in editing. Let's listen to what this hook sounds like just after the recording session.
We should be more than friends, finally. We ain't gotta pretend, not just for one night, wanna love you a long time. Let's do this thing right. The best I ever had, we go together real bad for the rest of our lives. Let's move out.
All right, now in that recording, you can hear a bunch of breaths and background music and low end rumbling and maybe even some pops and stuff. And there's some inconsistencies in that recording that we need to address. Listen to how it sounds cleaned up after I've cleaned it up.
We should be more than friends, finally. We ain't gotta pretend, not just for one night, wanna love you a long time. Let's do this thing right. The best I ever had, we go together real bad for the rest of our lives.
All right, now let's jump into this edit and see exactly what we would have to do. Now, of course, it's the same hook both times. And if I wasn't making this video for y'all benefit, I would just fly that hook over. But let's go ahead and get started doing this. So first, I'm just going to, since it's one lead vocal, I would start there. And immediately I can see that there's some issues just going on with the waveforms. So I'm going to solo this lead vocal and let's hear it. We don't need that big breath leading up into it. And so I'm going to delete it and add a little fade.
We should be.
Right now, to delete it, what I did, you see, I move fast, right? I dropped my cursor by dropping it right here. Now, even though I'm in grid mode, you can always hold command to temporarily suspend the grid. That's one of my favorite things because I hate getting out of grid mode. So I just hold command to temporarily suspend the grid. And that way I can click freely wherever I want to. And then, and that's of course on a Mac. If you're on a PC, it's going to be the control key. Then I'm going to use the letter A, right? A is going to trim this clip from the start up into my insertion point. So by me clicking with my insertion point with A, boom, we have it. And then I'm just holding command again to freely draw in a fade at the start of this clip to make sure that it comes on smoothly.
We should be.
Right. And now I'm hearing that there's like a little bit of whoo, like a little air got into the microphone in the beginning. So let me click and delete that. So like we see that right there. We can see that waveform. So I can actually hit Command F. That's going to open up my fade in dialog box. And I want to fade that beginning part in a little bit more aggressive just by pulling that fade curve down a little bit. And you can see the results of that.
We should be.
Right. It helps to get that out. Now, some of that will be will be taken out with EQ. But let's see. Oops. Some of that is just gonna have to be taken out with some EQ.
We should be. We should be.
I might even adjust this. To make this even longer.
We should be. We should be.
All right, now that helps a whole lot to clean that up. So let's move on.
We should be more.
Now, when Lydia sings and some other artists, y'all might have, you might be dealing with this same issue. A lot of times when she sings, she'll do this kind of breathy thing at the end. But that buildup of that doesn't really add anything valuable to the recording, in my opinion. And so I often will tell her during the recording process, yo, take that out or do it over, or during the editing, I will cut that out. Right. And that's a whole lot smoother. Now I'm holding command to be able to adjust this curve line right in place. But, oh, you don't even got to hold command. So I just want to adjust it because I don't want it to go off so smooth, so abruptly. All right. And then maybe even edit that out to be a little bit longer. Yeah. Command Z is also your best friend when you doing these type of edits. All right, cool. There we go. Now that's clean.
More than friends.
Right, and I could just add a fade there. It doesn't necessarily.
Friends.
And here's another little bruh that doesn't need to be there. Zoom in, add a little fade, clean that up. That little click right there, right? She don't need a little final, right? That's just a little throat noise, a little mouth click. We can get rid of that. Go ahead and clean that up and fade. Now, again, something that I often will do too, as I'm doing this, yes, it might sound a little dramatic, but always just, sometimes you can just pull the music back in and make sure that it's still working. Right? So even though that it sounds a little unnatural it might sound a little unnatural while it's solo, it's going to be completely fine when all the music and stuff is in. Right? Another one of those little breaths right there. We're going to get that out the way. And again, you always want to listen and make sure that you're adjusting the edits. And man, I don't see enough people also changing the shape of their fade. So I'm able to do this. You can always hit Command F to open up this phase dialog box and do it there. Or you can just do it in place with the Smart Tool active. When you see that little fade curve, you can actually adjust the shape of that fade very easily. Yeah.
We ain't gotta pretend not.
Yeah, I like to just fade all the starts and the tops and tails of all my clips.
Pretend.
Right, that's a lot of air coming into that mic there, so I'm gonna just use a little clip gain right now to minimize that.
We ain't gotta pretend not.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta pretend not.
So much cleaner, so much cleaner. Here's a little fade edit that came in from a punch in during the recording. Let's extend that, clean that up, and crossfade between those two.
We ain't gotta pretend, not just for.
Right. And with this crossfade, I like that, but let's do a equal power fade. This is going to be best just to kind of blend those a little bit more naturally so that you don't really hear one cutting off and the other one coming on.
And not just for one night, wanna love you. And not just for one night, wanna love you long time. Let's do this thing right. And not just for one night, wanna love you long time. Let's do this thing right.
Okay, so that sound there, that's just a glitch of the auto tune, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Time, let's do this thing right.
All right.
Time, let's do this thing right.
So that's
Time, let's do this thing right.
That's just a little inconsistency there. All right.
Time, let's do this thing.
We can get rid of this breath actually. All right. And
let's do this thing right. The best I ever had, we go together real bad. The best I ever had, we go.
Okay.
The best I had.
Here you go. There go a lot of that air coming through that mic. You can see how that waveform is real ugly right there. So we're just going to hold Shift and Control. This is the clip gain shortcut. And I'm just using the scroll wheel on my mouse right here to actually attenuate that little breathy part right here. And I'm going to do the same thing right here.
The best I ever had. The best I ever had, we go together.
Let me see if I can actually get rid of that.
The best I ever had.
Yeah, I like that better.
The best I ever had, we go together.
That's going to be so much cleaner.
The best I ever had, we go together real bad for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, and then clean that ending up. And let's listen to that lead vocal.
We should be.
Right, we still got a little bit of plosiveness happening in this beginning. Let's just clip gain that.
We should.
Ooh, that clip gain worked real good. Huh? We got rid of that. Whew, that whooshiness.
We should be. We should.
It's still there a little bit, but man, I can't fight it. I can't fight it that much. Maybe this whole, I don't want to make it start to sound unnatural.
We should be.
Right?
We
Again,
should be.
the EQ will help clean that up.
We should be more than friends. Finally, we ain't gotta pretend. Not just for one night, wanna love you long time. Let's do this thing right. The best I ever had, we go together real bad for the rest of our lives.
Awesome. Editing like this, doing these type of edits in headphones is so crucial. I love to do this part of my work in headphones because it just gives you that extra thing that you just can't hear in speakers all the time. Like, you tend to hear more details in the headphones. All right, so now let's move on to these set of stabs that are on here. And this time, not only are we going to be cleaning them up, getting rid of extra breaths and clicks and pops and such, but we also going to be doing some manual time alignment just to make stuff feel really tight to each other. So let's add these in.
More than friends.
All right, so even this first section, I'm going to drop my cursor there and I'm going to hold shift and hit the semicolon key to extend to this next position. You could do that, or you could just move your cursor between tracks here in Pro Tools. And then you see how these are not aligned really well with that first part. And so I'm just moving it a little bit. It don't got to be super perfect. This one is a little bit different than the other one. And just by kind of aligning them a little bit.
We should.
Whoops, made a little mistake there. Just align it, get it visually aligned. Let's hear it.
More than friends.
Yeah, that sounds so much better. And then I can come in, delete this stuff that don't need to be there, add fades, and then same thing here. Let's get rid of anything here that doesn't need to belong. That doesn't belong, add a fade, boom. Add a fade, boom, okay? And let's go to this next section. I can see right here there's some stuff at the end that I automatically want to get rid of. I'm gonna just do a big old cut like that and then zoom in here to address this section. So right away we can see that there's a little bit of timing going on, some timing discrepancies between those two. All right,
more than friends.
All right, and then all of this breathy stuff at the end that does not need to be there. Let's do that.
More than friends. Fine. More than friends.
Yeah.
More than friends. Fine.
Yeah.
More than friends.
I like that. I like that. All right, and then we move on.
We ain't gotta pretend. We ain't.
Get rid of this. Breath. All right. By cleaning this stuff up, y'all, I'm telling you, and getting fast with your shortcuts, you can move through the session so much better, and it's going to help your mixes to come alive. A lot of time it ain't a problem with the mix, it be a problem with the edit.
Pretend.
Right, and then similar thing here, we got a lot of breathiness coming here. Pop filter probably could have been moved or something.
Pretend.
Right, we can move that, and you can see there's a little timing issue, how this background vocals come in a little bit faster than the lead. I don't want that to happen.
Ain't gotta pretend.
Yep, I want that lead to be out front.
We ain't gotta pretend, not just for one.
All right.
Pretend, not.
And then let's get rid of all of this nasty stuff at the end here.
We ain't gotta pretend, not just for one night.
So much cleaner, so much cleaner. Let's keep moving.
Time, let's do this thing right. The.
All right, and again, we hear that in it. Like, did I leave that here too? Yeah, I mean, some of it might just need to get left, but like definitely on the background vocals, we're gonna chop it, attenuate that. Just way.
Let's do this thing right. Let's do this thing right.
The auto-tune hates that part. Now we can see there's a few timing discrepancies happening here for sure. This whole line, it just seemed like she rushed it, so we can just scoot that whole phrase back and we can just line those up manually. This first part, it just needs to come back a little bit.
Time. Let's do this thing right.
So much cleaner, right?
Let's do this thing right.
And I could probably trim that.
Time. Let's do this thing right. The best.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing right.
Add little fades on this beginning part. Command F. Add a fade in.
Time. Let's do this thing right. The best I ever had.
Right. Yeah. Depending on how the music goes, I might end up letting that go. Getting rid of that little ending, that little ending breath. But some of that stuff you just want to keep because it adds some personality.
Bad for the rest of our lives.
Right. And let's see. This isn't terrible with the timing. My main thing is that I don't be wanting any of the background vocals to start before the lead vocal when I'm doing this. Now, the reason being is because our perception of where that sound is coming from is more based on timing than anything. So I want that vocal to always feel like it's coming from that center channel. So if a background vocal that's panned to the left starts before, even a few milliseconds before the lead vocal, even though the lead vocal is louder, our perception is going to go over to the one that started first, right? That's just how it goes, man. That's just us.
For the rest of our lives.
And it just kind of messes up the center image of your mix. Right. And I'm editing some stuff that I'm not even listening to right now because I can already tell what it is and what it's going to be.
Bad for the rest of our lives.
Okay. That's feeling good. And we got this next section. You get that, right?
Pretend not just for one night. Pretend not just for one night. Wanna love you long
harmonies.
time. Let's do this thing right. And not just for one night. Wanna love you long time. Let's do this thing right.
All right, and I will just go through here and complete the same process for all of the back end tracks. Any of the harmonies and stuff like that, I will want to make sure that the timing is aligned with that lead vocal and that they're feeling like they're one, you know, that they're coming close together. So these are some simple shortcuts that you can use whenever you want to trim from the start to insertion, right? You drop your insertion point. In this case, I'm going to hold shift and hit the semicolon key to extend between the channels to go down. If you need it to go up, you can hold shift and hit P, and that will extend your insert point up between tracks. But in this case, we're just going to go down. A is to trim from the start up to the insertion point. So we're going to then select and then hit Command F. That'll allow us to do a batch fade over all of these tracks to make it super simple. Of course, we could also boom, make a big selection here and then just delete that stuff that doesn't need to be there. Come over here, and then hit Command F again, batch fade that stuff, and then start moving through some of these edits a lot more quickly, right? On the opposite side of A, right? You got, A to trim from the start to insertion. You can also use the S key to trim from the end of the clip up into your insertion point as needed. And then again, you can come in, add some batch fades, and go ahead and get jiggy with that session, man. So remember that better mixes doesn't start with better plugins. Better mixing starts with better preparation. So make sure that you take the time before you actually start mixing to investigate what's going on each and every single track. So you know that track, you know that session intimately, and you're not trying to fix problems with plugins that need to be fixed with editing. Let me know if this video helped you. I'm Wavy Wayne from WavyProAudio.com. What is your favorite editing shortcut? What did I leave out? Let me know in the comments and help somebody else. Be dope.